Alright, so it is Nbtsky, and I am doing my daily read for December 19th, 2024. I'm not really sure which deck I want to use, so therefore I know for a fact that I want to use my ZODIAC deck. That deck is for the future, right? Then I have my other two decks. So let's talk about Jupiter. Like I told y'all, Jupiter is going to stand throughout the month of December. It's going to stay in the fire regardless. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at the future date of 2055 later. I'm not really sure. Like, I'm just trying to feel which deck I want to use. Alright. Did that do that? It did. Alright, so we're going to stay in the position. Yeah, I know I don't like to read reverses, but I'll let it come up. So anyway, let's look at Jupiter for today. For this month. How that's lining up with the rest of the days. And of course, I made sure that, you know, all the energies understood. And so they do. Alright. Alright, let's look at the month. And so we're looking at how the month is moving with the day. So anyway, we have this Ace of Cups. So when we talk about Ace of Cups, it's that love energy, the gift of love, the gift of emotions, the gift of attachment from the universe, right? It's a gift. Now, when we're looking into this 19, 10, and 1, we're talking about cycles, the ending of cycles, and the beginning of new ones. So, what's today's ending of cycle and beginning of new one for some of us? So, we have the Hangman. Right now, it's a discussion of, do I want to end a cycle or begin a new one? I'm not really sure. You know, you may be looking at things from a different perspective, period. You might even feel a little bit stagnated today. Now, when we look at 31 and 4, that brings us into Saturn, right? Which comes into our middle frequency. So we're going to sit that right over there. So we have this Knight of Cups, this energy that's full of love, full of emotions, and it's a little bit reckless with it. So we're going to throw down another one. We got the Page of Wands. So this is so we're dealing with a young energy. There's some of us that's, you know, that may be older as females, or that may be in or have that feminine energy. The Queen of Pentacles is a discussion of somebody who has mastered the physical reality through their creativity and communication. But outside of that, they may have a younger energy attached to them. You know, somebody that's younger that is attracted to them because of their position in reality. Let's look at the higher frequency, which is Uranus and Neptune, and we have the Magician. So when we talk about Uranus and Neptune, we talk about secrets and things that's not being exposed to the public, and the manipulation involved. So there may be manipulation involved today. If you're a spiritual person, then you may experience spiritual manipulations. But if you're in like the corporate world or the regular world, you still may experience people that kind of manipulate or try to master. This is about mastering in a higher frequency. If you're going to master all the elements. That's what the Magician is talking about. The Magician masters all the elements: earth, air, water, and fire. Right? And then you bring their strength energy. So it's saying, like, in order to master these things today, you will have to face things that you may fear or have to tame things that's against you, let's say. So let's use an example. You work in a corporate sector of reality, right? And you literally have to stand for something without fear. Is a control, or the ability to control. Now we have this Six of Cups. You know, when you talk about the Six of Cups, once again, this came up in the previous reading for Sagittarius. Let's talk about people in the past, people that you grew up with, history, friends that come back and save you a little bit. Don't manipulate them. Today is not the time to kind of manipulate them. Now the 8 is going to stay in the lower frequency regardless, because the year is in the 8 and the Mars. So let's look at that. So we got hopes, wishes, and dreams and desires, things that we want to bring, right? Hierophant, we're talking about people with power and control, people that bow down to individuals, people that bow down in a spiritual realm to a particular system or way of thinking. I don't read reverses. And so we have this 9 of Cups. And this is talking about, this is right before you get that completion cycle. But there's still a whole lot of happiness involved. Let's not get manipulated, right? So we have the 6 of Pentacles. So today we're talking about, let's say, our way of thinking, our belief systems, how we feel about our belief systems, and how others may feel about the belief systems, how others may try to control through belief systems to tell you that glory and happiness comes through the belief systems. And so there's favor amongst certain people versus the other. So we're going to look at it. That's today. Now for the future, we're going to still use the zodiacs. So let's look and see what it's talking about. And I'm going to be honest, this is the energy. That doesn't make it necessarily true. If you stand in your belief, you stand in your belief. So at the end of the day, this may be a way of thinking, or a way of feeling, a mindset. So in the future, we have 2055, which breaks down to 12 and 3. It brings us back into this Jupiter energy, right? Creativity, ideas, and growth. And so we have a couple of more questions. I might throw a couple of more cards down. So we have this Aquarius energy. It comes in this 11. I break 11 and 2 down. The Aquarius is a great communicators, but they can get a little bit aggressive. So we're going to see what Aquarius is talking about for 2055. And so we're going to look at that. Let's see. These are the 3 cards that kind of fell out the deck. Now the wheel is associated with Jupiter. We have the 2 of Wands. It's talking about contemplation and looking into the future. And then we have the Chariot. It's talking about trying to maintain balance and control. But it's also a discussion of travel and movement. Period. Trying to control the light and dark energies. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which falls right into Jupiter. And so if we're using the wheel properly, then you'll see that you can tap into fortune when you kind of contemplate and concentrate on which direction you want to go in, and then grasp control over the light and dark energies to control the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is not just about money. It could just be a discussion of good luck or cycles, right? Now, let's see what new achievements should pop up in Jupiter. So we have the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords, is a little bit different. When you're dealing with these new achievements, this is about getting out of that aspect of despair when you're in when you're in that middle frequency. So you're in between the high and the low frequency. Let's get this clear. And so when Saturn brings us despair on this day. So there's people that may experience despair and so on and so forth, or feel like they are experiencing despair, but you're still between the high and low frequencies. So you still have a choice of tapping into a higher frequency or being super aggressive at the same time. Anyway, this is today's reading for 12/19/2024, and it is Nbtsky on her daily readings channel. And I will talk to you all on the next one. Deuces.